Hello racing fans, and welcome back to another edition of Handicappers Corner, brought to you by the Derby Bar and Grill. I'm Mike Hedsel with Drew Forster. We're going to go through the first Friday night of the season.
Friday night lights.
Friday night racing, August the 7th, 7 o'clock first post, 7 races on tap. But before we get to the great Friday night program,
we did have a big day on Monday. BC Cup Day was an absolute success once again. We're going to look, we're going to show replays. We're going to go through first 3 stakes today. We'll do the last 3 tomorrow. First one we're going to look at here is the Dogwood for 3-year-old fillies. The 2-horse here, Sailing for the Sun.
broke well. Ran more like she did in her debut.
Exactly. I kept waiting for her to wake up. This was definitely a much better race for her after, 2 terrible races.
And the heavy favorite sitting just right on her outside. That's Quatricat, and sitting a good trip in second. The feed's a little slow, but still you get the gist of it. But the fractions were comfortable, 23-3. No real pressure from the back of the pack. I think pretty much this race stays like this throughout the entire trip.
Yeah, you got Sailing for the Sun on the lead. She's carving out all the early fractions, and Quatricat gets a perfect trip just off her flank.
Yeah, that's a little tough to go. But still, the Quatricat came on and won it for Stuart and the Carmichaels.
Yep.
And Dave and Sylvia Gregory. Congratulate Richard Hamill and the Irons, defeating a very game Sailing for the Sun.
Richard Hamill had a big day that day. The second race was the Nursery for 2-year-olds. Stands in Command, a long shot of the day at 38-1. Got up to win by a half. Oh, here we go. We're going to have a look at this one. He's the 3-horse, Stands in Command. This was the race that I thought there could be a long shot in, and for sure.
But there was a whole bunch of horses. There were 6 of them heading out to the lead right now. Stands in Command's only got a couple horses beaten on the inside, the 3-horse. But there was a pretty good speed duel, and
Capital Expense on the outside there.
Yep, and the 1-horse Reason for Being.
Who was your favorite in the race?
Power Corrupt laying in third, and pretty much the race doesn't change. 21-4 is really fast for the 2-year-olds, so those are some demanding fractions, and they did feel those, the wrath of those early fractions late in the races.
Yeah, they went 21-4 and then 45 flat. That's a lot to ask of a 2-year-old. A horse that's run 2 or 3 times Reason for Being, and Capital Expense pushing him. And there is a bit of a havoc at the head of the lane here, as Groot did clip heels with Amadeo Perez. He goes down the head of the lane, but both horse and jockey were. Yeah,
that was amazing. Yeah, just kind of clipped heels. This is the problem with 2-year-olds when fields get congested. As you mentioned, both horse and rider are fine, but
he goes down there.
But he's okay. They're okay. Both are okay, which is great to report. Abigail rode in the next race.
Yeah.
But here comes Stands in Command, and on the outside, Fear the
Cat runs a big one. Yeah.
But yes, it was Stands in Command for the Scots.
78-70, the biggest payout of the day. 78-70.
Yeah. Miller. Congratulations to them as well. What a great day for Rob Scott.
The third one we'll look at today is the Pegasus Distaff, where Arabella's Muse continues her dominance over the older mare category. She's a 5-horse, as they're having a little trouble loading Rather Beautiful.
Yeah, she was tough to get in. But the boys did a good job.
She was a handful the whole day, actually. Dino paddocked her himself, and she was a bit of a handful in the paddock. But yeah.
Shooting off to the lead was Dossalina.
Yeah.
Arabella's Muse is laying second, Touching Promise third, and pretty much Dossalina had things kind of settled, but Richard Hamill was quite happy.
Yeah, I thought he's going to just sit off her flank, but he said he just had too much horse. Arabella's Muse wanted to go, and he didn't want to, take the race out of her by trying to gear her down too much. So she just takes over and never looks back. A very impressive.
Went 46 and change, 111, and it was a very easy win for Arabella's Muse, Karen Nordall, and
the Gallaghers.
Gallagher.
Yeah, Arabella's Muse is the one horse here that's really stamped herself as the top of this division, the mares category. The boys, as we'll see later in the Red Cup Classic, the boys is a little bit muddier. We seem to get a different winner every time, but Arabella's Muse is absolutely dominant.
The only thing get her maybe is weight. She's 122 here, probably 125 on BC Cup Day, the next BC Cup Day, which I don't know if she'll be running in, but probably. She but still, she's just doing it pretty easily and no pressure ever. No. Jocelyn, I thought might go with her, didn't happen. The things are too easy for Arabella's Muse. I know she's running fast, but she's got 4-length lead.
Yeah, nobody. Well, it's not that nobody goes with her. Nobody wants to go with her, right?
You hand her the win, and she took it.
She turns for home
Good
and
enough to keep going. She's a sprinter that can
just keeps
sprint a mile and
she can sprint a long ways.
Probably sprint a long ways. But congratulations once again, trainer Mike Anderson continues with his great season. And those are the first 3 races. Sorry about the quality of the video, but
we got through them.
We got through them. 7 races on the Friday night program at Hastings. We started off in race number 1. Fillies and Mares, 6250, sprinting 6.5 furlongs. The obvious horse to beat is the 3-horse Rachel Run.
Yeah.
All this horse does is win races, but I'm going to try and beat her with the 2 Clarice B. Not because I'm against Rachel Run, I'm not.
Yeah.
But Clarice B is the logical horse maybe to take advantage of what could be.
There is a fair
pace.
bit of pace in here. You got I Dig That. You got Kyrie's Gal. Rachel Run likes the lead, so there could be a fair bit of pace.
Can come off it, but she's better on the lead. And if things get a little silly on the head end, Clarice B is the one that can come from off of it and maybe win the money. So I like Clarice, just from a wagering standpoint. Rachel Run's the best horse in the race. No one will dispute that. But I'm going to try Clarice B. It might be her day to win it. Put Rachel Run in for second, and I did that for third. It was between the 4, 5, and 6 for third.
Yeah.
But 2 and 3 to me are they're miles ahead of everyone. So I went 2, 3, 4.
I got the same. I put Rachel Run on top just because, like you said, all she does is win races. I'm not going to go against her because she makes you look silly when you pick against her because she just keeps winning.
280.
Clarice B, I have in the second spot, as you mentioned. Those are the 2 I think are really tough in here. Rachel Run, Clarice B is a class old mare, just under the $100,000 earning mark. I put Kyrie's Gal in the 3rd spot. Was heavily favored last time for $8,000. She got out a little bit that day. Hasn't been back to the track. She hasn't ran since June 21st. She's been freshened up by trainer Jim Brown. She was claimed in that last race. I put her in the 3rd spot, but Rachel Run and Clarice B are my top 2 for sure. 3, 2, 6 for me in the 1st. On to the 2nd. 2-year-old filly race going 3.5. I went to the outside horse here. Fun Before the Storm out of the Craig McPherson barn. Works look good. You got top connections in Craig McPherson and Richard Hamill. I like the post as well. I just think a lot of things to like about Fun Before the Storm. But the 1 horse, Oma, out of the Dean Rebell barn in the 2nd spot. Good to see Pedro Alvarado take over. Nice gate work on July 26 and 37 and 2. I think Oma's in it. And Forest Bliss, the other Craig McPherson horse, I looked around. That's the one I landed on for 3rd. I went 6, 1, and 4.
Yeah, I didn't have a strong opinion on this race. Not too often you have to handicap a 6-horse, 2-year-old filly race. These races never go when they get 6 horses. But right now, these races are going, and I went with the Craig McPherson runners. I agree with Fun Before the Storm. Not a lot of data to go on. Obviously, we have 6 first-time starters in here, and it's great that they get an opportunity to run. Fun Before the Storm, of the 2 Craigs, Richard shows up on the 6th, so
that leads you to believe,
would lead you to believe that this is the liver one of the 2. I don't mind the other one, Forest Bliss, a daughter of Forest Grove for the Grey Ross Stables. This one's been working well too, and Keyshawn gets live horses from Craig as well. So I went 6-4, and I put the 2-horse Storm Cruiser, another Forest Grove in the mix. Amadeo shows up for Bill McLaren. Obviously, Amadeo's been on this one in the mornings because it's not your usual combo, Bill McLaren and Amadeo Perez. So perhaps this one has a little bit of ability as well. But once again, not a strong opinion. One of those races where you got to go look at them in the paddock.
A little murky.
Run. It's obviously these aren't the greatest 2-year-olds, or they'd be running for more money.
Yeah.
So. But I went 6, 4, and 2 in this evening's 2nd race. On to the 3rd. Got some $16,000 3 and up conditional claimers here. Non-2 lifetime, non-3 BC bred. I ended up on the 2-horse Green Dude. Pretty impressive win last time. The time to get him was last time.
Yeah.
But
at 24 to 1.
Unfortunately, going to have to suffer with a lot lesser price on Green Dude. I didn't see that race coming, but I got caught off guard, and I was impressed. I went back and watched the replay, and this horse showed good speed, left the gate in position, let the speed go, and he was a lot of horse. He ran a good game. It was a good game win over SL Express. I put the 7-horse Katsanova in for 2nd. A horse that can win, of course. Looks like there's going to be a favorable pace scenario in here. He just did break his maiden for 25. He was set up pretty good that day. Once again, I watched the replay on Cal Racing, and they were flying 22-4, 46-3, and he was the horse sitting last, and he just looped the field and won quite comfortably. But he might get a same kind of scenario today. And I put Wonderworld in for third. A horse that's had every opportunity. This horse had a great chance to win last time. And looked like he was going to run by Green Dude, and really he hung. It's almost like this horse is becoming a better sprinter. His better races are 6.5, and I didn't see that coming with Wonderworld. But so I put him in for third. But Rebus has a shot if he can stay up a pace stool. Irish Romeo, he missed the start. A little concerned about that fact.
Yeah.
He was missing last
Getting into
time.
a bad habit.
He's a horse that could like going long, but we'll see. But I went 2-7, and Occupy Vancouver's all right too.
Yeah.
2-7-5 in a very. That's a tough race again.
This is another tough one. I went to Casanova. Yeah, 3 very good races in a row. Just got beat ahead, 3 back for maiden 20. Came back at Golden Gate for maiden 20, ran a good second again. Then broke his maiden for 25 at Pleasant. And those are pretty tough races. You can run into some Hollendorfer type horses. Those 25s down there are not easy. He showed up here for 16, non-2, non-3. I think he fits that condition well. I put him on top. I put Wonderworld in the second spot. Keep waiting for him to break through and win one of these days. And I put the 3, Stone Ridge Roulette of the Craig McPherson barn. Ran in a pretty tough 3-year-old race against Every Night's a Blur and Mighty Fraser, and only got beat a couple lengths. He could be part of the pace scenario, and David Lopez takes the call for Craig McPherson. I didn't have a strong opinion in the third spot. I went 7, 5, and 3 in the third. On the fourth, Fillies and Mares, 4,000 non-2 lifetime, 6.5 furlongs. I went back to a horse that I liked last time, put Sarah on. Actually, I went to the 2 horses that broke their maiden first time out. I put Sarah on top. I thought a very nice race. Went to the lead. Not really easy fractions for a $4,000 mare. You know, she went in 22 and 1, 46. Not crazy fast, but fast enough for a $4,000 mare. I was impressed by that run. She kept going the whole distance. I put her on top. I put Diamond Pusher in the second spot. Another one that came from off the lead. Very nice professional type race in her first start. Barb doesn't lose her head. They go into 4 non-2. She fits this category very well. I put her in the second spot. And I put 4 Feathers. Heavy favorite last time. Flopped as the chalk. I'll give her another shot. They take the blinkers off for the Troy Taylor barn. 2, 5, and 8 for me.
Yeah, I agree. We both agreed on the 2 horse put Sarah on last time. The horse ran to the hype.
Yeah.
It's just more of a product of not running against a whole lot. But this isn't a super tough group either. I put her in for second, but I can see her winning easily.
Yeah.
I put the 1 horse Daughter Derek on top. Ran third against slow fractions last time, but those were better horses. Cassidy Command's a far better horse than a lot of these. It was kind of an oddly run race. There was a couple horses got left at the gate, and they ended up, pretty much dawdling around the racetrack and sprinting home. This horse did lose second late to Country Pearl, who came back to win an whereas the 2 for 4 at big odds. But I put Daughter Derek on top. I put the 2 put Sarah on and the 5 Diamond Pusher. I agree. Those 2 are live again because they aren't facing a tough crew.
Yeah.
I won long shot in here as a 7 horse Little Blossom. Give that one a look with Amadeo Perez. But I did go 1, 2, and 5. On to the 5th race. $4,000 Fillies and Mares. Non-3 lifetime, going 6.5 furlongs. I ended up on the 1 horse Zanita Rose. I thought a pretty good effort on the head end going long last time. Shortens up to 6.5. I like playing horses that are pace casualties going long that shorten up to 6.5. And I thought she was quite courageous, even running 4th. Richard Hamill re-rides. I'm going to try her to win it. Put the 5 horse Moonride, who's the logical choice, in for second, and I put the 2 Elusive Lily, another one shortening up, probably better suited to 6.5 for in for third. I thought those were your 3 horses. I went 1, 5, and
Yeah, I got the same horses. I don't have much to add. I did put Elusive Lily on top. I think going from those route races back into a sprint, she looks pretty live in here. I like the fact that Pedro Alvarado's on her too. I put Moonride in the second spot. Of course, Mike Anderson having a great meet. Moonride's going to be tough in here. And I put Zanita Rose, your top pick. I put her in third. Richard Hamill sticks with her. I got the same horses. I just got them in different order. 2, 5, and 1 for me in the 5th. On the 6th, very good race, claiming $25,000 race for older horses. And I went to the oldest one, the 5, Senior Rojo, a big effort last time. He did have a lot of pace around last time. I'm not sure if he's going to get the same favorable pace scenario in here. But if it does develop in front of him, he's a class old horse. Richard Hamill got back aboard him first time in a long time last time, and that was a winning one. They get along very good together. I put him on top. Put Wilo Cat, who drops out of the stakes company, in for second. He's been running against all the toughest horses here. He'll find this spot a lot better. And Devil in Disguise. Another one is, just got beat 5 lengths by Square Dancer, who came back to win the Red Cup Classic on Monday. He fits in here too. I got him in the third spot. I went 5, 1, and 6.
Yeah, I have the same 3 horses. But what a great Friday night feature.
Yeah, really
tough
good.
Things are here at Hastings. 25,000 claimer, and you got everyone in here has either won a stake race or been stakes placed. It's a great group of horses. And,
Yeah.
I went to the 6-horse Devil in Disguise.
I can see that, yeah.
That square dancer race. This horse was wide throughout, didn't get the best of trips. Tried to make the lead at the far turn, which you're obviously trying to do. Did flatten out, but this is a way easier spot for him back in for 25. He was in for 25 2 starts back, but ran into the streaking Brackendale, who
went in 15 and 4. Yeah.
I believe resurfacing in Edmonton in a stakes race, sprinting. But Devil in Disguise, I think, over Senior. I love Senior Rowe. He's a cool bar. I liked him last time he won.
Yeah.
He did, as you mentioned, get a favorable pace scenario, but still, he's just a cool horse that continues to run big races.
He'll be running late. Yeah.
You got to outrun him to win. And I put the 1-horse Wildcat. He hasn't been in form this year. And this isn't the easiest spot either for him.
Yeah.
It's a tough race. And you think drop for 25, Wildcat would be like 3 to 5, but that's not going to be the case.
Yeah, it's a tough.
This race come up tough. Bluegrass Pride's is in the distillery, isn't. He gets in a more favorable pace scenario for him as well. So there's a lot of ways to go in the 6th race, but I ended up on Devil in Disguise. I went 6-5 and 1. On to the 7th and final event on the Friday night program. Maiden $4,000 claimers going a mile and a 16th. I think we got a pretty good standout here in the 8-horse. Listo Warrior. I thought a pretty good. Actually, 2 decent efforts since coming to Hastings after being claimed at Golden Gate. Ran into Mr. Glitz sprinting, but last time was albeit a distant third, but that was against Rosie's Notice and Heart Set. Much better horses. Yeah. This is 4,000. They're not.
He's going to be a handful in here.
Because there's no 8s or 12-5s filling, or you got to go. That's a bad thing sometimes.
Go down to the bottom, yeah.
When you get near the mid to the meat, the middle of the meat. It's either top or bottom that are filling, and sometimes you just got to go right to the bottom, and that's what they've done with Listo Warrior. I put the 3-horse Instant Cash. He did encounter some trouble last time, but still a horse that won't possess a lot of value, that has had a lot of chances. The 1-horse I will give a little bit of a shot to is the 7-horse Winterhawk for owner trainer Bob Drummond and Gabby Asensio. This horse has had 2 races this year. And the first one, didn't get much out of it, going 6.5 furlongs. Came back going long, got squeezed leaving the gate. Only got beat 4 lengths for second. I just think there's some upside with the horse. I love the work. Nice, a little
48 and 2,
48 and 2. You wouldn't think that out of this horse.
Yeah.
But I just think a 30 to 1 shot to put in, because this horse will be
he's going to be a big price. Yeah,
a big price. Just one that might get overlooked and put him in for third. But I do like the 8 Listo Warrior.
Yeah, I agree with you. Listo Warrior looks like a standout in here. Dropping out of, he only got beat 6 lengths by, as you mentioned, Rosie's Notice and Heart Set. Drops in for 4. He's going to be a handful. I put the 5 War On in the 2nd spot. Been running in those maiden 8s. Now he goes to Lasix, which could be a big improvement, and gets Pedro Alvarado, and he goes long, which he's a war chance, so the distance is going to help him. I put him in the 2nd spot in a certain reality of the Robbie Anderson barn. Good second behind Marouk last time, finishing above Jockey Style. I went 8, 5, and 9 in the nightcap. That'll do it for our analysis of the Friday night card. Up next on Scribbly Picks, Mike, as always, you're up first.
Race number 1, I went to the 2-horse, Clarice B. Maybe upset, minor upset it would be. And he went 2, 3, 4 in the opener. 6, 4, 2 for me in the second with some 6 2-year-old filly debutantes. I went 6, 4, 2. In the third race, went to the 2 Green Dude. Maybe another repeat. Took him 27 starts or 28 starts to break his non-2. Maybe he'll do it right back. I went 2, 7, and 5. Race number 4, I went to the 1 Daughter Derek. Over the 2 put Sarah on the 5 Diamond Pusher. Race number 5, went to the 1 Zanita Rose. 1, 5, 2 for me in the 5th. Race number 6, the 6 Devil in Disguise over the 5 Senior Rojo and the 1 Wilo Cat. Pretty tough field, all 3 of those multiple stakes winners. In the 7th and final, I went to the 8 Listo Warrior. Probably the best chance of the day, I would think. I went 8, 3, and 7.
Up next will be my picks. There we go. In the first, I went to the 3 Rachel Run over the 2 and the 6. In the second, I went to the 6 Fun Before the Storm over the 1 and the 4. In the third, I went to the 7 Casanova over the 5 and the 3. In the fourth, I went to the 2 Put Sarah On over the 5 and the 8. In the fifth, I went with the 2 Elusive Lily over the 5 and the 1. In the sixth, I went to the old horse number 5 Senior Rojo over the 1 and the 6. And in the nightcap, I agree with Mike on number 8 Listo Warrior over the 5 and the 9.
Well, that'll do it for the Friday night, August the 7th edition of Handicappers Corner. Just a quick reminder, no racing on Saturday.
Yeah.
We do have simulcast wagering, obviously at Hastings Racecourse and here at the Derby Bar and Grill. Our next live card will be Sunday, August the 9th. We will have 8 races for you. Great card on Sunday, too.
Yeah, a really good card Sunday, too.
Nice little allowance race.
Yeah.
It's a really good card on Sunday, so that'll be a lot of fun. Once again, we go back to the regular 150 post. Well, thanks, everyone, for tuning in. On behalf of Drew, we'll see you here at the Derby Bar and Grill for our next edition of Handicappers Corner.